players across the country here this year. What? Underway with the Wildcats getting the opening tip.
He's a star. He can really handle the ball. Excellent passer and a fantastic shooter.
And a foul at the Tiers last year. Better than 41% from three. And Pat Kelsey,
1% career, led the ACC in three-point shooting last year. And Conwell, the same number of made.
Colin Chandler, who's the leading scorer in the early going for the Cats. Offensive rebound and the putback.
Get and go.
Conwell, yes! Championship team starting for the second time in 3 games. Baseline drive for Owe for Diabate, who transferred in from Alabama. Chandler for 3, and what a start he is. Coming off a 2-year Mormon mission, a year under his belt, and he is looking outstanding. Mike had a team-wide competition. They are such a different-looking team with the perimeter shooting than a year ago. Well, that many of them with Alabama last year, but made 12 of the 26. Conwell wide open on the wing for his second 3. Louisville 2-0, and they've been in triple digits in each of their first 2 games. Aberdeen.
Kentucky defense as you can.
Brown, not this time, tipped around, and Aberdeen down with it for Kentucky. Missed the first game of the year, came back in the last one. It's his non-shooting shoulder. How about Michael Brown? Pass, low, right back to Owe. And the 3 rattles out and over. Low. Beautiful feed, and what a baseline cut by knocks it down.
And Khalifa, such a good passer.
Up top again, another Khalifa for 3. Too strong, and the rebound down to Diabate, who does every assist numbers this year. Here's Aberdeen. What a find he was as he lays it in. He was not a star.
That's so difficult to guard.
Kobe Rogers, number 11, into the game now for Louisville. A strong drive, but he comes up with a steal.
Excellent help side.
Brown. Louisville has improved its shooting, and Kentucky has improved its physicality and defense. Low and drives it. And Conwell has to get it off. And now it's Jasper Johnson, a freshman from Lexington, the lefty. Too strong. Uncle both played football at UK. Sananda through with the flush to put the game. Jay, he's the starting point guard for this Kentucky team.
I would think so, but I'm not sure it really matters.
Talked about that when he looks at box scores after the game in terms of point distribution. It has that 19. Low turns it over. It's Conwell, and he draws the foul. 4 years for Conwell. South Florida, Indiana State, Xavier, and now here plays. Preseason first team All ACC.
Woolley just got caught on a switch. He's got Garrison down low.
Low the drive, blocked. Forces him to put the brakes on.
Just fabulous help side defense by Roots.
Diabate too strong off the glass.
So far, Louisville's been the more physical team.
Chandler got a piece of that. Brown, yes! What a 9-0 run. Aberdeen. Air ball. Good cut by Owe, and a foul on Conwell. Pope this year, he went 3-0 with Alabama against Kentucky last year.
Nice, excellent passer with the ball.
There it is. Everything but played for. Khalifa transferred in from BYU. Sat out back. Throw out there between Frew and Khalifa.
Both coaches have a lot of lineup flexibility.
Khalifa having none of it. Rogers. And the 15 teams tying a D1 record. Went to the Sweet 16. Khalifa lays it in. And the 3 won't go for Diabate. The Cats, by far the earliest this game has ever taken place. Generally, over the years, historically, games are also available on the all-new ESPN app. Behind the back pass to Khalifa. And look at the bounce pass into Conwell. It doesn't get any prettier. Chandler with a backdoor cut. And the weak side follow by Yelovich. Getting after it on defense as well. Lowe gets free. And freshman Malachi Marino is at the line. Mr. Basketball in the state of Kentucky.
For Kentucky, he's developing his offense, but a terrific pick and roll.
Got a strength advantage on Lowe, but then kicks it out. Woolley hits the three.
Well, that was beautiful.
Hadley with the left.
How did he corral that ball?
And in his first year on the job. Owe. Left it short on the front of the rim, and back come the Cardinals again. Brown, you betcha! Catching up to McNeely. Woolley left alone, and the Wildcats catch a break there. He's a good shooter. What a freshman class it looks like it is around the country this year, and Brown is a big...
Playing under Rick Pitino and just exploded his second year.
Another stellar player in the freshman class. He was the most outstanding player. Could have been Devancer, could have been Brown, but Brown even top 100. And how deep is this class? Michael Brown Jr. is not on that graphic, but obviously deserves mention. Chandler with a nice look and a three for Otega Owe to get it down to 12.
And one of the first...
Brown got caught in the air. Owe anticipated it, kicked it off, and lays it in. Aberdeen with a deep one. Got it! And it's a very quick. The foul was on Colin Chandler. It's his third. He's pleading his case. Jump he made over the summer, and he is going to be a very big part of this Kentucky team this year.
This is a really important...
Nice find. And a chance for three. Great pace. So that means he played in an Elite Eight last year, a Final Four 2 years ago. Aberdeen won a national champion. Neely.
Good fake.
Weak side follow goes for Khalifa. And all Hadley switches on to Aberdeen. Aberdeen from 17 can't hit it. Another great feed, but a block by Owe.
Well, that saved a bucket. What a great...
Lowe penetrates and kicks. Aberdeen. Brown the drive, scoops it up and in. What a first half. First half. Conwell for three. Yes! For 21 from three-point range. Aberdeen absorbs a little contact at 4 points per game in 5 starts last year. McNeely open. And that is the one guy.
2% overall.
Owe with 7 in the first half. Owe might be as good as anybody in the country at doing that. Getting the pick six the other way. Through. Run fun as well. Aberdeen tried to draw the contact. Comes up empty.
Use the shot fake. 18 and 10 in just under 2 blocks.
Garrison thought he had this. Players coming over from Europe after having played in professional leagues, but still with a vested interest. Danny Ainge is one of many NBA executives in the house here tonight. What? Brown to Frew. And another three. Big guys have been a big part of this offense.
And Frew gives you a big guy that can move his feet.
And 2 of his big guys as he brings Malachi Marino back in and Andrea Yelovich, who quietly, and here come the Cardinals.
And now they have numbers.
Woolley blocked. Boy, Bridges can challenge, and in fact, it's the only way for the officials to go look at an out-of-bounds play. It has to be initiated.
It was last year. I mean, we'll get a great barometer in the ACC-SEC Challenge.
Yeah, the 16 teams going to the NCAA tournament. Woolley behind the screen, knocks down another three. Corner. Yelovich finds Jasper Johnson. Way too strong on the three. Conwell can't get away from Owe. Khalifa forced to put it up. And Marino down with a rebound for Kentucky. Lowe the look ahead to Owe. Owe, who has been was voted as the preseason SEC Player of the Year. That'll send him to the NC Central. Both games also available on the all-new ESPN app. Carolina with the high J of being as many as 18. Kentucky got it down to 7 at halftime. McNeely.
Defender, that was a great job by McNeely to cut behind and make himself available.
Aberdeen with the answer. Reno comes over to help. Rogers gets a piece of the paint, scoops it up and in.
Boy,
recovering from an injury. Conwell, and he's fouled. You know, on any given night, Pat Kelsey may have one of his shooters who's cold, but
Louisville coming with full court pressure.
And they got it, and off the rim, just the pull-up. And he is fouled.
Kentucky in a position to foul.
The way he is flexing his... And his first 2 points of the second half, he's got 22 down to the Cats. Chandler, nice touch pass. Garrison lays it in and one.
And they've only got 3 turnovers on the game. That's remarkable.
You make more threes at minutes here and there in the first couple of games for Kentucky. Not many. Away from the corner. And
what a switch.
Low drives through, kicks it out. Deep one for Williams. Got it.
If you close out hard to them, they can shot fake and drive.
Through the offensive rebound. Roots has had a couple of big games in the early going.
He's been excellent.
Low into traffic. And it's out of bounds. Still Kentucky ball. Chandler pulls up for 3 and hits.
Right in.
McNeely into the paint. Finds through the spin and the finish. With Lowe, the step back 3. And Kentucky's got it down to 10. The rebound. Aberdeen. And the follow by Will. Next foul either way sends the other team to the line. McNeely wide open. The call, but looks like himself here tonight. Khalifa, look at that pass. They've got 20 assists on 29 made field goals. Aberdeen elevates and hits. Brown knocks down the front end for his 23rd point of the night. Don't go anywhere after this one. There's a call a little bit later on tonight.
Well, the best thing about being in the kennel is getting to watch Gonzaga. Well, one thing about Cam Williams too, Dan. He's tough to screen. And when you try to...
Walking into a great music studio, you've got every toy and bell and whistle, and he said, the trick is figuring out...
Your drummer can shoot.
Brown. And a good rebound there. A bucket here makes it really interesting, and it'll be Aberdeen back to the line.
That wasn't the shot that Louisville...
is for this Kentucky program. Misses the front end, though, but he got it back. Missed.
But then Khalifa for Louisville.
Hadley misses the 3. Williams low for 3. And Hadley corrals the rebound. That would have made it Louisville. And the friendly bounce on the front end. You're right into that. 1 of 2. And the rebound to Chandler.
So the floor, I think, is what Kentucky needs here.
Deep one for Chandler. Rogers into the paint. Conwell for 3. Kicks. Chandler open. Nope, we have a whistle and a foul before. The second time in the last couple of minutes that a Kentucky... Brown with through on him, drives him, switches hands, lays it. He is a special player having a special night. That is the traffic, finds Aberdeen, who snakes his way into the paint and hits.
Really good.
Aberdeen. Brown again, and he got grabbed, and will shoot a couple. So if he did. How impressive is it for a freshman in his 3rd? Conley makes them both, and it's back to 7. It's 7 now. In and out for Aberdeen, and it's Louisville ball. Conwell behind the back, still has the dribble, and hits. Aberdeen quickly answers at the other end, but trading back. Conwell the kick, McNeely the three, through the...
Boy, after all that praising of free throws, is that an announcement?
Ooh, maybe there is such a thing. Missed them both.
The toughness that Louisville showed throughout the course of this game, it's put them in a great position. It's about not allowing threes and not fouling.
4 in a row they've missed after being so good.
Great cuts.
5 in a row that they've missed. 6 in a row. They should have this game totally salted. 7 consecutive misses after they had been 20. See, not a thing. And they can run out the clock right now. The